we are beginning in Nigeria to see companies going up from there and there, and having developed capacity to produce more of this equipment. Some of them have been highlighted. How about the capacity for laboratory development? At the onset of pandemic in February 2020, when Nigeria recorded its first case, only 4 laboratories in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, only 1 lab at the very beginning of the pandemic will accurately make a diagnosis of COVID-19. Unfortunately, the lab is even located in Osun State. This is a plus for us in Osun. But over time, the way the national response was coordinated, Nigeria grew tremendous capacity for diagnosis. This is another plus for us. And this is one that pandemic has imposed on us. Pandemic has encouraged us to achieve. It guidance our heart now to say in Nigeria now that there is virtually no state in this Nigeria where COVID-19 diagnosis cannot be made. We now have laboratories, both private and public, with huge tremendous capacity to make diagnosis of COVID-19. This is a radical departure from where we started when the pandemic broke out. And this is a plus for us as a country. How about surveillance? When the pandemic broke out, it was probably impossible to have COVID at Abaya Dani and have it reported accurately and appropriately through the normal channels in Abuja. So what happened? People came together and said, okay, there has to be software. And let me remind us, when my colleague was talking about technology in health, technology is not limited to thermometer. It's not limited to all those fancy equipment we mentioned in health. Even software development are now deployed in the health sector. And we saw this happen in the way pandemic reports are reported. In Nigeria of today, there is a software package that has been deployed all over the country where COVID-19 diagnosis, as soon as it's diagnosed, can rapidly be sent to the national database through the SOMAS, such that with an established protocol, within the shortest possible time, anybody in Nigeria that's diagnosed of COVID-19 can easily be captured in the national database. This is also another tremendous improvement in the way we conducted our business in the health sector before. This is one advantage that COVID-19 has also brought to us in terms of technology. Okay? Yeah. What is COVID-19? Many of us are familiar with the genomic transformation, the mutations that happen with COVID-19, how the virus are mutated from one variant to the other. The other time we're talking of Delta variant. Today is IE variant. In Nigeria, in the last 1 year in Nigeria, about a year ago, Nigeria lacked capacity to accurately diagnose the exact variant of COVID-19. We didn't simply have the capacity. We can only say this is COVID-19. Which variant? We don't know. We don't know. And this has implications for treatment. It has implications for even our containment efforts. It guides my heart to report that today, because of tremendous attention that the COVID-19 has received in Nigeria has rapidly developed capacity for genomic analysis. Even right here in Osun State, we have an app now where accurate diagnosis of COVID-19, not just the virus, but even the exact genetic variant can be diagnosed. This is one adaptation, one development that has happened so rapidly since the advent of COVID-19. So what are the barriers to technology or innovative adaptation in the pandemic? Inadequate collaboration. We have in Nigeria, especially whereby even government agencies, because of certain factors, do not work together. This is a major barrier in innovation to innovative ideas, and technology development in health. Another important thing that we have to note is like the phenomenon of brain drain syndrome. Nigeria today currently witnesses a situation that we have never seen before on this scale. We have men and women, highly skilled and trained people in the health sector traveling in droves to the Western world, to develop countries, in search of cleaner pasture. This is a sore point and a sore point in our national response to COVID-19. Because even we have the technology of China combined with US, we simply cannot combat COVID-19 or any other pandemic without the human resources. This is one aspect, we have to deliberate. I'm happy, we have a number of intellectuals. This is one area we have to really, discuss and deliberate here. Now, what is the solution? We need to build strong system. Build strong system and develop, motivation, develop mechanism for adequate compensation and motivation for our healthcare workers. Because there is not a lot of technology that we have. As good health, effective containment of pandemic without, a well-motivated workforce. The other barriers will be the challenge of inadequate funding. Inadequate funding. Perhaps the health sector today in Nigeria remains one of the sector that is mostly grossly underfunded against the established recommendation of notable bodies in the world, WHO and UN. Nigeria still, less than 5% of national budget to health. And sadly enough, most of the budget goes into, the current expenditure. This is not a good development for our health sector. And I'm afraid if we have another pandemic, it will actually overstretch our capacity. So the solution lies in government and non-governmental organizations, deploying enough resources, to help. The excessive reliance on imported technology. Nigeria and other African countries, we have a habit of not looking inward and developing homegrown solutions to problems. And we have an insatiable appetite for everything that is foreign. Today in Ile Ife, if a face mask is made in Ile Ife, standard and comparable quality to the one made in Europe, we know your guess is as good as mine. We are likely to go for a face mask that is made in a color of blue because of our insatiable appetite for everything that is foreign. This attitude has to change. We have to develop local technology. We have to patronize local technology. And we have to inject in local economy. Because health, technology, and economy are all come together. We cannot develop our health sector, without the technology. We cannot develop the technology, neglecting the economy. This thing works hand in hand. And I'm happy that the theme of this summit is apt and we adequately capture all these other aspects. And then we have to develop leaders who have the capacity, the courage to do what is right and not to just do anything as political experience. This is another political season. We have promises and promises. We must have leaders with genuine, intention and effort to serve the people so that all of us can improve. What are the ways to improve local technology? Regular air technology fair, as we are having today. Okay? I imagine that if we have this in every corner of Nigeria, we have robust discussions like this. Our laws will be better in this country. We want to see more of this happen. Okay? Develop national healthcare system, and develop a robust health insurance system. Because we know that for any healthcare system to develop, the healthy must pay for the sick, and the rich must pay for the poor. That is the only way we can bridge the gap between the house and the house. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 presented a massive opportunity for technology innovation in the health system. Okay? And most of this technology have to be scaled up, particularly in Africa, where we have challenges of development. Ladies and gentlemen, collaboration is very, very important. Collaboration is very, very important between the industry, between the town and the GAN, between government and non-government organizations. In doing this, we have a lot of opportunities and a lot of promises ahead of us. Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put our hands together again for this turbocharged presentation? We want to thank Drs. Fadobi and Adetuji for doing justice to this topic. They have both highlighted the areas of technological innovation that have aided response to health crisis using the COVID-19 as a test case. What is heartwarming here is that we're able to see that beyond the innovations that happened outside our shores, there were some innovations that also emanated from local people here. So that gives us some hope that with more focus, commitment, and leadership, we'll be able to get there. Can you please put your hands together again for them? When the time comes, I'm going to bring them here, and we'll be able to ask one or two questions, follow-up questions on the presentation that has been done. We will move on to the next presenter. I don't know if this can be done without power being restored. Okay. Interestingly, we're talking power now, right? So it gives me pleasure to invite Mrs. Sadejoke Odumosu to come and educate us or enlighten us more on technology, power, and renewable energy. Thank you. Please put your hands together for our. Back in those days, you have to do anything technology, it has to be a man. But we have a woman doing great things. Please, the women here are clap now. Please.
Thank you so much, my professor. Though I would love to start on the existing protocol, but I cannot but appreciate the distinguished Yalaji of Obuwa and other distinguished gentlemen and ladies. It's my pleasure to be part of this great occasion. I'm to speak on technology and innovation in sustainable energy transition. What we call technology is introducing practical knowledge. What do we call innovation? Inventing new ideas and with the aid of technology to increase productivity and generate greater output. And what do we call sustainability? To be done in a sense as a systematical, continual manner over a period of time. I want to ask again that what is sustainable energy? What is renewable energy? It will be a sustainable energy when it meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own need. Sustainable energy is also green energy. We have various forms of renewable energy. Hydropower is one. The wind is there. Geothermal is there. And solar, biogas, I can keep mentioning. But the one I want to speak to today is on solar. At this point, I would want to say that I work in an organization where World Bank and African Development Bank is funding increase of electricity to rural and underserved areas to the tune of $350 million. But the money is there, unutilized, and assessed. That is a pity. Of the federal government sought fund from budgetary allocation and external funding towards increasing renewable energy sources and to enhance upgrade to build more resilient and cleaner energy system for development and economic growth.
but the money is there, the fund is there untapped, unaccessed. Sure, you know, the international donors have their standard. There are processes and procedures for us to access this fund. And I know as individuals we will not be able to do that, but we expect our government, the state level, the local government, to help with that. I must say that under the 550 million funded project for solar power, it is unfortunate that from southwest, it is only one state that can come up and it is not Osun. It is a different thing when the funding is not there. But it is another total bottle of fish if the money is there and it's not accessed. How then do you develop your immediate environment? There are some things that has to be done, and the preparation needs to be kick-started in-house. That Osun is not part of this opportunity is something that makes it hard. Because I know there are quite a large number of communities in Osun in particular, and in Nigeria as a whole, that they do not have access to electricity. Not even the on-grid. The on-grid will not get there because it is not economical. If you look at the expanse of land we have, the discos are not, they are businessmen. And of course, they do the assessments and plan when they go to some communities. And if we have the opportunity to now get to our people in the rural that have not seen light, if I can put it that way, because they are not living, they are just there. What I meant by they are not living is something. No fun to even charge the phone, and many other little things like that, which opportunities have been created for us to get to them and see how we put life into such communities. But if they are there and utilized, whom do we blame? Is it the government that has sourced the money? Or is it the international donor that has given us the loan? So many questions follow on that. I will want to move on that. What are the disadvantages of solar grid system? Availability of the required equipment. You know, we don't have that equipment in Nigeria. I mean, we need to import them. But I want to tell you that we have some materials that we will use locally to make this equipment. For instance, solar power, part of the composition is silicon. And we have silicon in large sizes in the northern area of the country. We just have needed to bring little other things to join. And from there we'll be able to make solar power in this country. So it is a disadvantage that we cannot make it to a so importing it, and you know the cost will not be cheap, as it has to pass through varying carriages, different cabins and approvals and payments. The second point is the off-grid solar system has a high upfront cost. High upfront costs is they need to construct solar, you construct the equipment, the solar power itself, you do distribution from the main solar grid to all the other areas of the community. So it is difficult for financing to be solved, and that's an issue which has slowed down the availability or the movement of solar power into a larger community. Lack of familiarity with the equipment, yes. In some cases, we're still hiring, I mean, we still have non-Nigerians having to come in to operate them for us. Yeah, we need to take our position as might be appropriate to ensure that Nigerians are getting their own seat, to ensure that this equipment, another thing that we need to put into it to reduce the cost is done. And lastly, under the disadvantage is community disagreement. If international companies are coming to your country to put solar mini-grid in your environment, if there's disagreement, let's start from land, let's stick to our land. and like that, up. You know, the financier will be frustrated and will stop it. That's another one of the disadvantages that some of these solar mini would have gotten faster to these communities, but unfortunately because of disagreement with the developers, they ended up not having it. What are the advantages of off-grid solar system? It's just like what happened now. Somebody said it is power. To avoid power outage that will cause without any warning, solar is not like that. Because we will have noticed that the power of the battery is going down and it will recharge with sun. Secondly, fossil fuels are still the world's primary energy source. I want to tell us that solar power is not cheap, but it can be available more than on-grid. Because once you pay, you have it, and you have it to use for your businesses. I know Yalaje can hear me witness that solar market in Lagos and in Pori, shopping mall, and yeah, we've touched some areas in Nigeria as a whole, where private partners were invited to provide light so that businesses can move on. Yeah, so it was embraced. But at the point that they see that it's not that cheap, so definitely the usage dropped. What is it serving? And aside that, Nigeria signed agreements with Paris to reduce carbon emission. And they are also partnering in the SDG 7 that by 2030, we want to go into renewable energy to ensure emission is reduced as long as much as it is possible. It is not the work of the government alone. We all need to contribute to our quota of agreed terms as to that. And it is through solar. It's not only solar that is renewable energy. Like I've mentioned some other ones. As little as biomass. All you need to do with biomass is grass. You can use grass. There's a particular grass that you can plant. And just buy small equipment that the cost is not too expensive. And it will produce power. And that's what I refer to technology as practical knowledge. Something you cannot see. Yes, see, and at this point I want to encourage the youth. I have to digress a little because the youth needs to come up and let them come up and take care of some of these things. When I take practical knowledge, yes, there are some that they will need financial backing, but there are some that they need practical experience. And there are opportunities everywhere. But it's unfortunate that times you get to people like us here, maybe at the state level, and that's why we still plead with those that are here today, that whatever little contribution we go do to ensure that all this information, we need to set up a unit which the youth go drive, so that they will make sure they follow at the state level, local government level, to ensure to confirm the opportunities that are available for them to grow in solar energy. I'm telling you this because on these projects, what we have, the developers we have largely are international developers. If they like, they can agree. If they like, they may not agree. They will not want to come to Nigeria because of security issues. They will not want this because of taxes and many other things that will target them from coming in at a speed that will have probably saturated and move solar to a large usage than it is now. And that's why we need our youth to look into this area. I will drop some addresses with the coordinator of this program that the youth could visit the website and see how you can get knowledge transfer, practical knowledge of these things. At least before you even need the financing, there are some basic plans you need ahead of that. What may come, what many solar would you need? What's the cost of the equipment you need? Let's encourage them. And even after this program, let's see how we can talk to our children out there to see how we encourage them to go into this line. Solar is the key thing now. Nigeria is, we are the low ebb in the usage of solar. There are many other African countries there. That is what they base on. I mean, and it's working. It can work in our country too. And like I said, which I'll refer to again, this one is there is not to assess. Whom do you blame for that? It's painful. And I thought this opportunity, I was thinking I was a government official here. I know I've spoken to Osho government severally to see how we come into the program. We don't need to beg. I'm telling you, out of the 18 states that is participating now, 6 is from down there, 2 from here. Do you blame anybody for that? Don't we may have one grid that we think we have lights now. But things is evolving worldwide. At another point, those grids have issues. And if you don't have the solar, what do you fall back to? So I don't see why this should be an issue, but it is an issue because I don't know, maybe the awareness is not much. We're still doing that day by day. And fortunately, my organization has been able to speak to all the governors in Nigeria through the Nigerian Governors Forum to participate in this program, and I hope it will be fruitful since we are not really entirely ignorant analysis to ensure that we get things working. Roles of stakeholders for a successful transition from on-grid to off-grid for development and economic growth, fed by federal, states, and local government, communities, individuals, and off-grid companies. I have mentioned earlier that it is not about the government doing it, it is about all of us, even the developers. And what do we do to encourage the increase and the widespread of solar transition to solar? I'll put it here that creating an enabling environment for interested mini-grid developers and providers of standalone home system through the following. 1, ensuring that state government sets up structure that allows for proper coordination within the states as well as between the states, federal and private partners. Why is this? Even when private partner comes, they don't know which ministry to go to whom they see. And that's why we are soliciting, and we're still soliciting with the government that they should create that unit where the barrier between the developers meeting with the decision makers will be open. Yes, we are getting to that since we've been able to speak to all the governors at one of their forums, and we still continue to work on that. And also, for proper information between technical and the decision-making level, I've said that we need a structure that we are putting all that in place. At least I can say that about 60% of that, and we will still not stop. Another way that we all participate is by providing data of unserved and unserved communities in the state. Don't say this is the work of the state government to do that. In your community at your level, yes, you have opportunity, you are in town. You have your parents, you have your family in villages where there's no light. So why not you provide data? Okay, in this community, we have 400 households out there, we have 2,000 population, such that consideration could be given to your community. We need to speak out, please, so that we help ourselves. And like I said, we need to raise awareness and sensitize communities on renewable energy too. Yeah, some of the communities, it's getting better by the day because we are always doing that. But everybody here should join me to do it when you go back to your respective places and speak to your people that is the only power supply that will not go off unannounced, because we have shown you signs that is about to go off. This will not be for us, but there's no government official. I wanted to digress from the kind of audience I was thinking I'm going to meet here, but I'll still say. Fast-tracking land building, environmental and social plan, and other necessary approval permits for timely delivery of the mini-grid is essential. States should, as I said, is it for this gathering? But we need to know that yes, there are approvals that are bottleneck at times for the developers to get. I don't know at any other type of opportunity you have to tell to speak to the authority. Please do that. We need approvals on time so that we could reach where we're going. Yeah, what I have is tax rate to catalyze tariff. The state government will need to give tax holiday, tax relief to the providers, to the developers, so that the cost of tariff for this will be subsidized by completely that way. But I don't know if that is for this gathering, but this is what I have prepared. And like providing access road for the developers to use their expenses. But there's this one I want to mention, which is creativity and innovation. Through this, the revenue for the state will increase. What do I mean by creativity? Let's assume you have a community of 2,000 people, and there are agricultural and other business activities there. Assuming pineapple grows best in such a community. When the mini-grid is situated, the best thing would be for the people in that community to concentrate on that particular planting of that same thing that is there. I mean, pineapple, that could be juiced, and that means a factory will come into that community. It can be juiced, and because of moving out raw materials is always more expensive than moving out finished goods. That's the kind of creativity I'm referring to. That okay, oranges grow best in this community. Since we have mini-grid lights that does not go off anytime, let us concentrate on juicing of oranges and like that, depending on what you have best in your area. And what I would say, when we have such mini-grid in the community, the communication service providers will be invited to go there too, so that they can still, bring everybody to the global village. And from there, business activities will increase, revenue generation will increase, standard of living will come up, good health services. But I want to state, let me read that we have stated here. The benefit that will be deriving in that solar projects in our communities will be job creation. Of course, job creation is to increase job and technical capacity and skill because of it. Knowledge transfer to our people. Then, of course, economic development will increase because commercial activity in the rural community to access to reliable power. Have power, definitely economic development will increase. It will improve our health because of the pollution from fossil fuel. All that will be eliminated and reduced, and from there we have improved care around us. And that will also enhance the security of the communities of our area. When we have street lights powered by solar, even when the light goes off, it will be on because the solar itself is converting the sun to energy, and that will increase security around us, better standard of living, better education and infrastructure. We are mentioned to encourage innovation and startup. How do we encourage innovation and startup? I was happy when I heard the fourth speaker saying that in the health sector there are some equipment they have made through innovation. How do we sponsor this innovation? Are we still waiting on government to do that? I will solicit that individually, the little we could, please let us continue to do it to improve everything in our country. This is Nigeria, our peculiar country, we are nowhere. Let's see how we come together and we see how we improve the lives of everyone, especially the youth. There's a great opportunity in the solar world for the youth. I want us to see how we put up foundations and individual financing of such, so that we start to have more experienced solar engineers in our country. On that note, I want to say thank you, but let us remember that every sunset is an opportunity to reset. Please let us reset our country, let us position our Nigeria to meet the international world requirements. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Please, can you put your hands together again for Mrs. Sadinoke Odumosu? I will not bother to regurgitate all she has said. At the discussion session, we'll have an opportunity to ask one or two questions. Safe to say that she has made it clear that indeed there are opportunities, immense opportunities in the area of renewable energy. Ladies and gentlemen, the last speaker for this first session shall be talking to us on housing, and is none other person than Dr. Oluwarotimi Adedeji. Dr. Adedeji, please. Please back now. It's not easy.
Standing on the existing protocol. And I will have to say one thing, I appreciate what the Alliance has done today. It's not only for today, but it will have an impact in the future of generations to come. I'll talk about housing, and how we can improve it to satisfy the economy, the people of Nigeria. Housing is one of the three essential needs of man. And after clothes, food, housing is the next thing. And what can make a man to be above an higher animal, as said by the biologist, is when you have a decent housing, and that will give you a reasonable living. You can be called a human being. Housing is such a thing that code is one of the economic factors. It's an economic need. It could be called a social need. It could be called a political need. It could be called a cultural need. But all we know is housing is very essential for human being. In any way, where the economy is not balanced, where there is a global in the economy, and where the economy is not well managed, then there will be deficiency in housing provision. As of present today, we are deficient by over 14 million housing in Nigeria, and we need about 15 to 20 trillion naira to meet these challenges. It will require a concentrated effort, energy, commitment from the government to be able to meet and correct these deficiencies. In most developed countries, in Britain, housing is used to correct and empower the citizen, because they are introduced to mortgage system at the earliest stage of their life. Immediately you start working, you can apply for mortgage, and you can start thinking of owning your own house. It's a thing of joy, it's an orientation for the people over the time. And each time the economy grows and thrives, the value of your house go higher. And you can use your house to borrow money, to develop yourself, self-development, and engage in other business that you may think of. In America as well, the government built a big mortgage industry around housing, where there are a lot of people working and there are shades, and it creates a shades of employment. But in Nigeria, the only thing we are able to do here in 1992 is to set up a national housing fund where 2.5% of the worker's salary is contributed to a pool. And some people sit down somewhere dictating where that money should go. The policy does not encourage those people are just working together. Even most people working in a government institution cannot afford to access national housing funds. And the money approved by the fund is just so small that you cannot build a house. And a lot of the area have problems because of the protocol. But I can easily say that the attraction of interest in housing policy has created a lot of problems for a lot of Nigerians. And if in the Southwest here we can resolve this problem by doing a lot of things, even development, creating employment for the youth, creating job economy, giving enabling environments to thrive positively. Because there is no way a government will stand up and say, let me start building houses for people. If you build houses for people and there's no employment for the people you are building the house for, they will end up selling the houses because hunger will run them out of that houses. There need to be enabling creative economy to go hand in hand with housing provision. And if we can do the housing development in areas like Osun, Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, the youth will stay back from moving to Lagos because they have a different housing, and this is a means of expressing the involvement of government, and it's a structural development will help the system, and we attract investors, both foreign and citizens, to such areas. In this way, it reduces crime, encourages innovation, and make the economy grow. I would like to appeal that everybody should show a concern toward housing development in Africa and in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me give a sound of applause to Dr. Adiveti. He has won the prize for time management today. Thank you, sir. So I would like to invite our first three speakers, please, to join me at the podium here for a brief session of discussion. I hope I'll be able to just answer maybe just one question per presenter because of our time. Please, Dr. Adiveti, Dr. Adiveti will join me here. Dr. Fajobi and Adetuji will also join me here, and then Mrs. Adejoke Odumosu. Please, let's get this done over with in the next 15 minutes. I had thought I would give room for the audience to ask questions, but time is of essence. So what I will encourage is that we will share the contacts of the presenters, and then you can have follow-up conversations with them. Please, this way, sir. Madam. Okay. So while we're waiting for Dr. Adebeji to join us, I think we can kick start. We thank you to our presenters for a job well done. Certainly 20 minutes is not enough time to deliver on such important thematic areas that have direct impact on our lives. However, they have done a great job by at least beginning the conversation, which we can take forward even as we leave this place. I'm going to start this discussion session by asking Dr. or perhaps let me start with Dr. Fajobi, because this has to do with your presentation that you did. And my question is, you talked about the need for more innovation, in our country, locally. My question is this: what available support, what agencies of government or international agencies are giving support to budding, technologies or entrepreneurs in technology in this area of development of health technology? Are there agencies that are available to do some of these things, to support those who or who are into the development of technology? Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Are there agencies currently you should start a relationship together? The tech people should kind of come to us as we also start to go to them when we see opportunity for innovation. For example, as I talked about that, electronic health record is not so dominant. It's not so much in use in our public institutions, especially. It presents an opportunity for the people who have the skills, many people in Nigeria actually, to actually come to public hospitals, Federal Ministry of Health, somebody from Ministry of Technology Development, come together and see what can we do to develop an homegrown solution to this. When we start to have the collaborations, we start to have products, there will be need for regulations, there will be need for. That is what we give birth to special agencies that will be devoted to health technology. I hope I have answered this question.
Thank you so very much for your response. I think your response also led me to the follow-up question, which is about collaboration. I mean, I know that for any country, it's just one government. There should be just one government. All the different sectors are towards achieving, should be towards achieving the same goal. So I was going to ask what level of collaboration exists between, say, for instance, the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology and then the Federal Ministry of Health. Are there any collaborations at all? I think Dr. Adetuji can follow up on that.
Thank you very much. Protocols being observed.